Yo, we are back. Episode, I believe, 62 of the Not the Same Podcast sports show, hosted by this one word, right? Hosted by this one word, C-Micah, and that one word over there, Mr. Robert Dean. What's up, sir?
Hey, man, I'm feeling real Gucci, as they say, bro. Gucci.
New
Yeah,
creature
man.
in Christ, you know what I
New
mean?
creature in Christ.
Rejuvenated, you know what I mean?
Rejuvenated, revived, redeemed, if you will. That nap was great.
Boy had a nap from on high. Anyway,
Bro,
man, if
laying
you are
prostrate.
watching us live either on Facebook, YouTube, or even Twitter right now, please do us a favor and do what you on the screen. Number one, hit that like button so everyone else will know that we are live. Hit the subscribe button because you can always know when we are live. Hit the notification bell for all those uh-ohs and surprises when we is live. You'll know.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
no
So you
doubt
keep
about
up with everything that we got going on and everything we try to keep going on for this sports talk and music and faith and Bible studies and all that we do, brother. You just
All
got to
the stuff
tune
that
in.
we
Lock
do.
in
And
with your lock
if you
in
don't
head.
want it, that's all you got to do. And if you don't lock in with us, lock in with one of our rebroadcasters, such as 520 Collective. Yeah, them.
That's
No, I'm
them,
joking.
Unless you
Praise
about to say
365.
420, I mean, I mean, they want to chime
If
in.
y'all
Chime
in, bro. You might have some revelations. No, anyways, no. Shout out to our rebroadcasters, man. Praise 365 Radio,
Yes, sir.
Collective, Who's Hop, His Hop Radio Network, His Hop Podcast, Paraover Radio, The Takeover, all of these rebroadcasters, and shout out to our MTMV famo.
Yes, sir. Also, Life Radio, I believe, they've been putting us, shouting us out. We'll just say that.
Okay.
Let's see. Crispy, C-Micah, did you eat ranch earlier? No, I didn't, but I might later. One word, I might later. Crispy just funny, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know what
I might say something about some ranch last week. I don't know. I don't get it, but I do love ranch. This is the truth. These are no lies.
Not my testimony.
Yeah. Oh, you don't mess with ranch, bro?
Man, come on. You ain't never seen me order ranch when y'all get wings. And let me get that ranch, man. Just bring me my wings. I'm not dipping I'm sauce in sauce.
What is happening? What?
No, that's why your buttons ain't working.
Anyway, man, let's go and get into it, man.
All right.
Somebody tell me what's pop. You lying. All right, man. Number one, LeBron breaks Kareem's record, man. Kareem's record. The all-time scoring record in the NBA was held by Mr. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, master of the skyhook. Master of the skyhook, was unstoppable. He played into his 40s, you know what I'm saying? He played ball, spot, and all, just like LeBron. LeBron just gets hymns or something to cover his joints up. Yeah. And then Rob probably weird and like blue cheese. He probably do.
No,
ain't no telling.
Not at all.
I'm glad you don't, brother, because I definitely do not like blue cheese.
Yeah, he threw you off. Man, focus, man. We ain't messing with Crispy right now.
We ain't. All right, so, yeah, LeBron, breaks Kareem's record, man. What you think, bro? We gonna get into it a little bit later.
But LeBron now has the most points in the NBA history with 38,387 and counting.
Yes,
because this brother will eclipse over 40,000. Over 40,000. But we will get more into that a little later on this LeBron thing. But shout out to LeBron. You dig what I'm saying? This is this generation's GOAT.
Yeah.
You cannot say anything about LeBron. If you do, I'm telling you, they will come for you.
They do
on
come.
Every.
They like the Beehive or something. Like Beyonce fan.
They one and the same. Go ahead.
The funniest thing I saw about this, and we'll talk about the GOAT debate or whatever, but that, hey, everybody say, hey, that's my GOAT, LeBron the GOAT, and then his two sons was there. You know what they had on their feet? Some J's. I'm just saying. Next subject, Kyrie Irving traded from the from the Brooklyn Nets to the Dallas Mavericks. Is Brooklyn in the house without a doubt?
Not anymore.
Yeah. You right. No. They ain't gonna be that good no more, bro.
Not anymore. Hey, check this out.
Yeah.
Dallas and this is something else we'll discuss a little in further detail later on in the show. But Dallas gets Kyrie. The Nets get Spencer Dinwiddie back, which Dinwiddie was balling.
Yes.
But the Nets got this player right now. I can't even think of my man's name.
Oh,
He didn't score.
yeah. He nice.
Yeah, he didn't score like 40 points, 3 straight games.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And it ain't no fluke points.
No. He
He's
doing
getting the
step
ball
backs,
in his
going to the
hand.
hole.
Yeah.
My man, nice.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name right now though.
In this trade, and I'll get his name up real quick. In this trade, they get Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith, 2029 unprotected first round pick. If you don't know what unprotected mean, that means they can it can be snatched back. You dig what I'm saying? When it's protected, there's nothing you can do with it. It's yours. You cool, but this joint is unprotected. So if another team where this first round came from gets in a certain speed, blah, 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 it cannot go to them. And then they get two future second round picks. That's the deal with Kyrie.
Well, we ain't going too depth, man, but I like what the Nets got. You know what I'm saying? I like Dinwiddie and I like Dorian Finney-Smith. He's a very defensive big that can shoot threes, and he's one of the big wings, man. And for me being a Grizzlies fan, I'm very happy both of them got traded. I just say it. Leave it at that.
Well, the name of the dude that we talking about in this Nets, his name is Cam Thomas.
Man.
Third straight 40-point game. You know, now these are all coming in losses. He's nice. Yes, but he became the youngest player in NBA history with 3 straight 40-point games. So that's even over the GOAT, LeBron. You dig what I'm saying? The youngest player to do 40 straight. He doing big things, and I think this shows the Nets, oh, wow, Kyrie moving shows us another player. And this often happens with somebody. Yes. But let's see if he can sustain it. Right now they don't have much scouting on this kid, and, you know, people start learning your habits. So we'll see how good he is once they start getting that scouting report on him.
They don't got a scouting report. Another funny thing is, we'll move on from this, that he was in the press conference after, you know, doing the third 40 and however many games like what you was talking about. And they said, you know, only you, LeBron James, and somebody else did it. He said, man, no disrespect to LeBron, but Kobe is my GOAT. I would have been happy you would have said something about Kobe. Big salute to him, man. Salute to him.
Hey, you know what? Sidebar. It is crazy how we talk about Jordan and LeBron, and Kobe always gets skipped over. Yeah, that's crazy. Kobe was greatness also. So man. But next.
All right, top 10, man, in women's college basketball. I'm gonna let you have this.
As we always do. Hey, look, sir. Purdue lost last week to a top 25 team, but they kept their number 1. So this is how it goes. Purdue is number 1, Houston at number 2, followed by Alabama, Arizona, Texas, Tennessee, UCLA, Virginia, Kansas, and Marquette. Marquette lost last night, so they're probably going to drop down. That's your top 10 on the men's side. On the women's side, South Carolina still doing their thing. Number 2, Indiana, LSU, UConn, Iowa, Stanford, Utah, Maryland, Duke. At least one of my Dookie squads in there. And number 10, Notre Dame.
At least the ladies hooping.
Only for the ladies.
All right. Don Staley calls out Gino. That's Gene, but it's supposed to be Gino Auriemma. Why?
Yeah.
Why did she call him out?
So after the game, number 1 South Carolina beat number 4 UConn. Okay. And apparently Gino had a problem with his center being, as he called it, hacked. And he started complaining like, this is not basketball. This is horrible. Yeah. But this is what I'm gonna say, man. I want y'all to hear these names real quick.
Okay.
Sue Bird.
Yes.
Breonna Stewart.
Yep.
Diana Taurasi, Rebecca Lobo, Tina Charles, Maya Moore.
Yep.
These are all UConn alumni.
Mm-hmm.
And in this, Gino is getting the Nick Saban attitude. This is Nick Saban all over again. And what I mean is, you were a powerhouse for so long, for decades, and there was no competition. To the point, I remember they won 111 straight games and lost. And they cried like it was the end of the world. Now, granted, it was the Final Four, it was Mississippi State, but come on, y'all. Like, Gino, stop tripping. And Don Staley, like, look, I done stayed quiet long enough. When y'all was busting our heads all these years, nobody said a word. Now somebody else is new, and you got something to say, you're trash for it. And I agree. It's privilege that is best. And I don't mean white privilege. I'm saying coach privilege, powerhouse privilege at its best, because Saban was doing the same thing over in football. Look, Alabama, roll tide. Y'all are starting to get rolled over, as Georgia. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
Gino, you're starting to get rolled over, as Don. You know what I mean? Because South Carolina won last year. They gonna probably defend it.
Yep.
And UConn just is not the powerhouse and the prestige as it used to be.
No. And this is what happens when there's a new sheriff in town and you don't like it. You know, you don't like there's real competition now. You don't like that you really got to fight with somebody. You don't like it that you can just come in the room and come into a recruit's house and just get them to sign up instantly. All that is over because all of a sudden somebody that looks like them is recruiting them. That's it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying in women's basketball, excuse me, women's basketball, all races show out. It's not just black people that's showing out. White girls, black girls, all races show out in women's basketball. So I'm not saying that. But having somebody who's young with swag and actually done it, actually played in the WNBA, hit a little different, man.
It hit different. It's like the prime effect. You dig what I'm saying? It's like the prime effect. Shout out to Dawn Staley, man. Like she winning. So when you say look like you, we're not talking about just black young females, female period.
That's right.
Dawn Staley is in my living room. She's a WNBA Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. She played, she does it at the high level. They're winning. So yeah, shout out to Dawn Staley, man.
A big salute, man. Let's get into this Soapbox segment.
Soapbox.
All right, here's our Soapbox segment where me and Rob go in for 2 minutes on whatever's on our mind. Rob normally goes in on sports subjects. I normally go in on literally whatever's on my mind. We don't know what's going to happen tonight. As traditional, I always let my brother Rob go first. When it's over, you hear a buzzer that sounds like this right here. My brother, is you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready, man.
Let's get it.
Hey, look, I know they had a Rooney Rule. You check for, in my opinion, it's just to check the boxes of the public eye.
Yeah.
But as it stands right now, we have 2 black head coaches in the NFL. Long-standing Tom Tomlin with the Steelers, of course. Everybody know, Omar Epps' distant brother. And newly hired DeMeco Ryans of the Houston Texans. Yes. And shout out to the Texans because they fired a black head coach and turned around and hired another black head coach to take his spot. And that's very rare. So shout out to the Texans. Yes. My point tonight is this. The black man in the NFL is always depicted as the side piece. If you don't know what a side piece is, look it up. Look, Urban Dictionary. But that's how we are treated when it comes to the NFL. We can never be the main. Somebody else has to be the main. We have to be the side piece when it comes to leading a franchise to a Super Bowl. What do I mean, you ask? This is what I'm talking about. Before this Sunday that's coming up, we've never had 2 black quarterbacks in the Super Bowl. And one could argue it's because they're not good enough. But I beg to differ, and I call cap on that. This is what I'm saying. Most black QBs don't have the weapons to make it to the Super Bowl, i.e. Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, Justin Fields, just to name a few. They don't have an offensive line. They only got one receiver with absolutely no running back. And the defense, we're not going to even get into that. But before I go on that long road, I'm going to get back to these side pieces. Yeah. Blacks in the NFL are only good enough to get position coaching jobs, meaning linebacker, quarterback, cornerback. You know what I'm saying? Coordinator jobs, but rarely the head coaching gig. If they do get it, they get axed and don't get no time to fix anything. You dig what I'm saying? They can't make the slightest mistake. Don't believe me? Think about this. Flores had 2 winning seasons with the Miami Dolphins, and they X'd him. But guess what he got now? A side piece role as a defensive coordinator. You dig what I'm saying? When you look at Dennis Allen, the current Saints head coach, and I'm going to go over just a little bit. He's 8-28 with the Raiders as a head coach. But he got another head coaching position with the Saints.
Absolutely.
Make it make sense to me. Cliff Kingsbury was 24-25-1 before losing his job. That's 4 seasons they gave him an opportunity. NFL, you got to get better. That's my soapbox.
Because sometimes if it's white, it's right, unfortunately. I don't know how to say it no other way. All right, I'm going to get to my soapbox on a different subject. So, next weekend is the NBA All-Star Game, right? I am a fan of this team called the Memphis Grizzlies. You see it on the hat every single week. Rob is a fan of the Miami Heat. We both had players from our teams to enter the game. I actually had 2 players on my team, and I saw a whole lot of angst. Not for Ja Morant, because everybody know who Ja Morant is. He's a superstar, and okay, simple. Yeah. But nobody liked the fact that Jaren Jackson got in. Jaren Jackson Jr. is basically 7-foot center, and he's basically one of the leading leaders to be the defensive player of the year. So my question is, if you have, and everybody said, well, it should have been Fox. Fox is very, very good. And I have one player that I would agree should have been over him. Only one, and I'm going to tell you who it is. It is the man for the Denver Nuggets. I forgot the other name, light-skinned dude that was high on TV that time. The dude won the gun contest.
It's either
the dude that won the gun contest.
Aaron Gordon.
Aaron Gordon. That's the only one. And the reason why, because they are the number 1 seed. I think they should take precedence, especially on a reserve player, not a voted-in player, a reserve player, right? So they're number 1. So I can say he really has a great. Fox, no. I'm going to tell you why. I don't care how many points he scored. They're number 3. Anthony Edwards, he's awesome. He is great. He is outstanding. I think he's a budding superstar. What are they, like number 9? AD had a great season. They are literally number 12. LeBron broke the record, and they lost the game. You know what I'm saying?
Says something.
We are the number 2 team in the NBA. Also, he is one of the leaders in blocks, and he missed 12 games. He's right up there with the other 2 leaders. Missed 12 games. He totally changes the defense. This is what happened. The coaches went for defense. So he got in, and my man for the Bucks got in, the point guard, I forget, Drew Holiday. And everybody was complaining about, well, he shouldn't make it there. Defense matters. Yes, I know the All-Star game is fun. You know, these players get really paid for being in the All-Star game, and they shouldn't only get in there just because they make smiles, jokes, and do in-between-the-leg dunks. They should get in there for being a total player. Now, my only reason, like I said, I wrap this up, Aaron Gordon should have been over him. That's why I said it, because they are the number 1 seed. I value winning. I feel like no loser team, like if you in the 12th seed like the Lakers, I know everybody love the Lakers, and you say, well, because he's AD and he won a championship, he ain't winning one this year. He ain't winning one. This is a this year award, not a history award, and I don't feel like that's cool. But, hey, you can be mad, but my man going to play the game next week. Hey. Let's get into the debate. You said, go ahead, bro.
No, I want to say something about that.
Go ahead.
Trae Young was snubbed.
Okay, I agree with that, though.
Trae Young was snubbed. And Drew Holiday, the only reason he got a winning record is because of Giannis, and I'm going to let it go.
But his defense, they value the defense. And, yes, it's because of Giannis, but they got defense.
Trae,
I feel like the number 2 team in the league deserves to have 2 All-Stars.
I'll give you that.
If you so good and you should be an All-Star, win. Anyway, let's get into the debate. If y'all only knew what we said in the background. All right, this is our debate feud segment. Me and Rob go back and forth for 5 minutes on particular subjects. Sometimes it gets heated, other times it's not. Sometimes it's heated because we both got the heaters on and we in the basement. You just never know. But we go for 5 minutes, and when it's over, you hear a buzzing sound like this. Let's get it started. Hammer time, let's get it started. Number 1, the best subject. Does LeBron passing Kareem on the scoring title make him the GOAT? Does LeBron passing Kareem on or with the scoring title make him the GOAT? Mr. Davis, you can have it.
You know I'm the stat guy. I come with the stats. 19 years in the league. He has played for 3 teams, yes, because the Cleveland Cavaliers was twice. What up, V? He played for the Cavs twice, so he's played for the Cavs twice. He and the Lakers. He's played in 1,409 games. Rookie of the Year in 2004, 4-time league MVP, 4-time Finals MVP, 4 times champion, 19-time All-Star, 3-time All-Star MVP award, 75th anniversary team, 2 gold medals, a bronze medal in the Olympics. And I'm going to tell you this. I expect this man to pass. He's been playing in the league for 19 years. No breaks.
Oh, come on. Come on, brother. Come on.
Excellent routine. You know,
talk that talk.
Give him his flowers.
Yeah.
He ain't the GOAT.
Yes, man. Rob agrees. And you know what? All that what you said is so impressive, man. And like he has the best argument to being the GOAT. But this is what he cannot be. And we going to sound like grumpy old dudes. We normally don't sound like grumpy old man. We normally don't. And I am the most evolving guy. And I mean by that, like, you know, I'm not just living in the past. But look, bro, I saw all of Michael Jordan's career, and I've seen all of LeBron's career. I even saw all of Kobe's career. Yeah. And let me say this, man. 6-0 is 6-0, my guy. 6-0, retire in the middle, and come back. 3-0, retire in the middle, come back, get back to the finals, lose, then go 3-0 again. That's hard to beat.
And he didn't get back to the finals. He got to the Eastern Conference
finals.
He's undefeated. He undefeated in the NBA.
Undefeated in the finals. Undefeated in the NBA finals, but he got to the Eastern Conference finals. After playing baseball, he came back in the middle of the season, towards the end, and still did it. Now, listen, I have the most respect for LeBron. I will say this, though. As a total person, as a total representative of the NBA, he is the GOAT. No drama, no problems off the court, no issues, no nothing. The worst thing LeBron has done is being a crybaby. That whine and he had a commercial where y'all pick up that baby. It's the worst thing he done has been the what you call about it. He's been the new age GOAT. So a lot of people that was born in the late 90s, 2000s have never saw Jordan. And if you go back and look at the old film, it's not very convincing. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be real, right? And the only reason I'm strong about it, I wasn't even a Jordan fan, but because I saw it. I was alive. I watched the games live in SD because there wasn't no HD back.
It wasn't no HD.
It wasn't HD till playoff about number 5 or 6. HD came in. So yes, I saw all those games, and I do recognize that there's more athleticism around now. I get that. I know there's a lot more talented players around now. But one thing that cannot be measured that LeBron has some of, but not all the way, is that killer mentality. And I think that's what people don't get when we say MJ is the GOAT. They be like, yeah, okay, man, but he was the only athletic dude dunking on a bunch of short white dudes, and everybody was untalented. I get all of that. But let me tell you something, man. The day that Michael Jordan would have passed Kareem, he wasn't just gonna pass Kareem. He's winning the game. That's what after LeBron got his little ring and the little ceremony, then they lost the game. No, MJ would never allow that to happen. I even heard this. Even Kobe's last game, he won. And dropped 60 on the boys. I know they kind of let him have it, but at the end of the day, the mentality, and that's the thing that aggravates me about LeBron. And we may go a little bit over this, but go ahead, bro. My bad.
No, you straight. You made all good points, and I get why people call LeBron the GOAT. But my thing is this with the Jordan thing. First of all, LeBron's been playing for 19 years. Yeah. I almost said it, but one word, you better score 38,000. And you've been in the league for 19 years.
That's right.
You came in at the age of 18. Kudos to you. He shouldered it.
He dealt with all the pressure and lived up to all the hype. Respect.
And you can say that this is what I will say. Look at Jordan's resume, and we can't do this until LeBron retires, but look at Jordan's resume on all the Hall of Famers he stopped from winning. These wasn't bums. These wasn't the Wilt and Bill Russell days where it was just a bunch of little white men. We're talking about Karl Malone, Karl Malone, Charles Barkley, Hakeem Olajuwon, Patrick Ewing, Charles Oakley. We talking about beast and a line where I can clothesline you.
Reggie Miller. None of them got a ring. None of them got a ring.
He stopped all of these people from getting rings. You dig what I'm saying? And when he got to the finals, he had a killer mentality.
Yes.
Even now, I was at my son's basketball last night, and it's a little 4 or 5 year old. And you want to know the name that was coming out of his mouth? Michael Jordan. That's all I'm saying. Like, now, overall, LeBron is great. He's doing schools. He didn't buy into the prison system. I ain't talking about the man. The man as a person, I'm rocking with LeBron. He's the GOAT when you look at the brand. On the court, in between that 94, like, Jordan's my GOAT. You dig what I'm saying? Because that's just my opinion.
But I will say this. He's number 2. He's number 2, and he's the closest thing. He's the closest one. He's the closest thing to ever get to that. And I can understand, like I say, why people from this generation see them as they go, because that's who they saw, right? And, that's who they see as they go. And the expectations that we have from us seeing the mentality of Jordan and seeing him kill people, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, literally fight teammates for not passing the ball and all that. Like, we can never unsee that. You know what I mean? Him and Scottie Pippen literally about to get in a fight, and Scottie Pippen hit the game winner. You know what I mean? This man was built different, and he was a bully. Let's keep it real. He was a bully.
He was a bully.
He was a bully, but he was a winning bully. You know what I'm saying? It was like they used to tell him, Jordan, ain't no iron team. He said, yeah, but it's in win, though. You know what I mean? That's Jordan. You know what I'm saying? He that way. At his Hall of Fame acceptance speech, he was still talking crazy to everybody.
Yeah, he was.
Still stomping on him. You know what I'm saying? Like Van say, Drexler, Dominique, KJ, Kevin Johnson.
Drexler got it with Houston.
Yeah, but not against Jordan.
But Jordan was out.
That's right. That's when he was retired. We talking about when Jordan was playing, they didn't get no rings. Barkley, Malone, all of them. That's right. None of them got no rings.
Now, we won't know all the Hall of Famers that LeBron went up against until, like I say, until all these guys retire. Yeah. But he wasn't stopping. The names we naming, look at the scoring. Look at the scoring
list of names. Yeah.
Yeah, look at the all-time scores. Their names are on there.
Right.
If you dig what I'm saying. So
Now, I will say this, though. I don't want to make it seem like, because I hate to be the person that I hear all the time on social media, on TV, that's almost mad that LeBron did this. You know what I mean? No. I'm celebrating this brother. And listen, man, and like, I ain't saying like Jordan is miles away, because the main thing that Jordan got for me that makes him the GOAT is the mentality and 6-0. And that ain't gonna be beat. That's the main thing. But LeBron does everything else on offense. LeBron does the pass, and he makes the right play and all that. And that don't seem sexy, but it makes sense. My man got 4 championships, and we could say Jordan never had the lead to do it. I get it, but it was different. LeBron had to. To lead to get his ring. You know what I'm saying? The NBA was different at that time. And I want to celebrate the brother because, like I say, the most impressive thing to me, this brother ain't got in trouble. He never made the league look bad. He never had to be suspended. Has LeBron been in a fight publicly? No. Ain't been no fights, nothing. You know what I mean? He's representing the league excellently. He's shown people, and this will be great for my little superstar in my city, how to bring your boys on and not let them bring you down, but actually bring your boys on and elevate them. You know what I'm saying? He put all his boys through school and made them heads of businesses. No, he said, no, I'm not just going to give you a job. I'm putting you through the best school. I'm pay for it and make you somebody big. So, look, man, the biggest respect to him for that. But only in this area. When it comes to that 6-0 and that mentality, I'm sorry, man, I can't say it to go. But for everything else, dog, you the best, and and as for the longest of all time, you definitely the longest player. I mean, and what I mean, the player that lasted the longest of all time, because like you said, he started at 19. Jordan started 3 years of college. Everybody was doing 3 years of college back in the day. So Jordan did all that, and also Jordan, it took him a minute to get to the finals. Like, I'll give LeBron that. He, as a young man, he took that team to the finals. Yeah, he got stumped, but he took him there. So he is great. I'm not saying he ain't great. But on the GOAT conversation, you got to be quicker than that.
I give him
almost.
I give
you know
him,
what I'm saying?
With this 38,000, I give him 1B.
Okay.
You know how you say
Let's go.
You got one A and one. I give him one. I give him 1B because I hear arguments for LeBron all the time.
Yeah.
But shout out to him, man. It's 38,000. You dig what I'm saying? He played. It was a guy like Milwaukee's getting ready to be in LA to play the Clippers and the Lakers. Yeah. And it's a guy who I can't think of the player name, but he got in and he said, listen, I wanted to be here to see this. I grew up watching LeBron. Right. Now, that's something to say 20 years later. And this guy said, I grew up watching him. And not only that, he hasn't declined. This is where LeBron becomes the GOAT for me in this sense. His longevity and how he keeps his body healthy. And so when LeBron takes a day off or he gets injured, I don't get mad. This man been playing. This man been playing since high school, straight out of high school, man. That's a lot of miles on your knees, bro. That jumping and he's still doing that high quality. So we'll leave it there. LeBron 1B. He's no longer 2 to me, Van. I look at him as 1B. Jordan's 1A. And on some days I look at the arguments and you can flip it either way. But Jordan's going to forever be 6-0 with that true killer mentality.
And at the end, we give you this, LeBron. Hey, salute, my guy. Salute. You deserve it. Definitely deserve it. Okay, Van says LeBron deserves his kudos. Put some respect on his name. Rihanna is LeBron, but not Jordan, Beyonce, and my Stephen A. Smith. Hey, and respect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Respect.
yeah.
All right, man. We're gonna move on, man.
I think like LeBron scored more points. I think Rihanna sold more records, but we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, it's a similar thing, but
she
the
not
beehive
Beyonce.
coming.
I get it.
All right, Super Bowl predictions this weekend. We have the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Kansas City Chiefs. First in history having two black quarterbacks. Well, one black and one milkshake. I'm kidding. He's not. He's black
we
too.
playing, folks.
We're kidding, but yeah, two black quarterbacks. You seen his daddy, you know he's black. So yeah, he two black quarterbacks. Yeah, he don't want work. Yeah, so big salute for him, for those two, and it's gonna be an interesting game, man. So, what are your predictions, man? What you think is gonna happen, man?
So, yeah, I'm gonna be long-winded.
Go ahead, bro.
If the game is close, I have the Chiefs winning because of veteran experience and Coach Andy Reid. Mahomes been there before. Yeah. So if the game is close, I have the Chiefs winning. If Mahomes or any player on that offense get hurt, like Mahomes come up limping, it's fly Eagles fly. And if the Eagles defense can contain like they've done all year long in the regular season and in the playoffs, they've led the league. They're going to take it hands down. I don't think it's going to be Philly 31-30, but I do feel like if everybody comes to play, I just want a good game. Yeah. Philadelphia, I think Philadelphia takes it by 3, maybe 7.
I think it's going to be a very good game. I think a lot of people are going to tune in just to see the halftime show, but I think it's going to be a very good game. And I think I'm going to say fly, Eagles, fly, man. You know, salute to your little bro. I'm going to say fly, Eagles, fly. Eric Boston and all the Philly fans I know. Hey, Tony Dyson, everybody, salute to all y'all. Yeah. Long-term Philly fans, man. I think it's going to be fly, Eagles, fly, because I believe everyone expects Mahomes just to show out. But a high ankle sprain is a high ankle sprain, bro. You know what I mean? I've had a high ankle sprain. It is not comfortable. It do not feel good at all. You know what I mean? And I know you can get your treatment. A high ankle sprain is not the same as like a low ankle sprain. So basically a high ankle sprain where your ankle go this way, right? Mm-hmm. And normally your ankle goes that way. You put some ice on it, you can be good day and a half on a regular ankle sprain. But bruh, if you drop that other, if it go that high ankle sprain, that's normally like a few months. Now he looked good in that last game, and he got the scooting a little bit when he got that phantom call. I ain't gonna say a phantom call, it was a deserved call, but the dummy hit him when he's out of bounds in that last game. But listen, man, Philly's defense is different, my guy. Philly's defense is different,
consistent,
and this other thing too. Jalen Hurts is not a great quarterback, but you know what he does? He keeps the defense on their toes because he can literally run. He's big. He's hard to get down, and he also can pass the ball.
They got
great wide receivers. They got they have a Super Bowl level talent team. Period. Yeah. They do. They don't have a lot of weaknesses. The weakest player is the quarterback, but he's good this year. So now what?
I'm rooting for Philly because of what you just said. This quarterback has been wrote off. You know what I'm saying? Hurts has been.
I'm laughing at Van. I just saw.
KC
gonna lose because the homeboy got a Grand Hill ankle.
He actually said it when you was talking about the high ankle sprain. Get popped up. He's been written off, man, and anybody that the league try to write off to make him look like a whatnot, a has not. Yeah. I kind of cheer for the underdog because Mahomes is accepted because he's a phenomenal quarterback. You know what I'm saying? He's great. But what Hurts brings to the table is, like you said, he's going to keep that defense, and he's accurate. He puts that ball on the numbers, bro. Mm-hmm. And when it's on the sideline, he could put it right there in the pocket for the fingertips where the defense can't get to it. And I think it's going to be this game, like I said, it's going to come down to probably the defense on it.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to come down to the defense. But I got, Eagles by 3 or 7. You dig what I'm saying? I think it's going to be a close game. But any foolery with the refs, any foolery with an injury,
you know it's going to happen.
This game is going to switch.
Yeah, man. Hey, so you stay with the Chiefs, right?
I stay with the Eagles. I stay with the Eagles. I said the Chiefs will win if it's close because of veteran experience from Coach Andy Reid. Because you got a young coach and you got a young quarterback. And you got 2 vets on the other side who's been here before. They know how to keep their poise.
Yeah. Yeah. It could be me having Mahomes fatigue also. You know what I mean? When somebody's so good and everybody expects him to win. And I like Hurts because he always been the underdog. And he has the team to back him up. But I think either way it's going to be a good game. If it's a blowout, I'll be surprised. But, yeah, that's that on that, man. Can't wait for it, though. Can't wait for it. I can't find my buzzer. I'm sorry. All right, next subject. Kyrie trade. Does this make the Dallas Mavericks a contender? Kyrie trade. Does this make the Dallas Mavericks a contender? Mr. Davis.
Can you hit that button? If we in the vein, please.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think so. Hey, listen, man. Kyrie with KD didn't yield a championship.
That's right.
What I'm saying?
KD is better than Luka. Now Luka may end up being better, but KD is better than Luka right now.
Yeah. So if that didn't yield a championship, and looking at this roster, this is what I want y'all to say. We talked about them giving up Spencer Dinwiddie and some of these other folks. Yep. This is what they have outside of Luka and Kyrie right now.
Okay.
Hardaway Jr., Christian Wood.
And I heard they shopping Christian Wood. You know what I'm saying?
You dig what I'm saying?
I mess with Hardaway Jr. You know what I'm saying? I think he's decent. And they got what their big man name is? Was it Powell or something like that? You know?
Yeah.
That bad level of mix.
It's not. Look, man. As of right now, Luka leads his squad in every statistic category except for blocking and field goal percentage, and in blocking he third. So that says a lot. The chemistry is going to be crazy. Kyrie is fast. Luka is slow.
Kyrie don't play the slow down game. He doesn't play that type of ball, and Luka definitely is slow. He loved controlling the tempo. It's kind of like that one time that LeBron they was playing Cleveland, and Kyrie was hurt, then Kevin Love got hurt, and he stayed in that series by basically playing it slow, backing folks down and all that, and he won a couple of games that way. Before eventually losing because it's doing tempo control and ball control. That's what Luka does all the time. Now, Luka is awesome. Now, don't get it twisted. Luka is awesome. He's going to be a Hall of Famer, period. Because this man is this young. Well, he's 23. This man is super
allegedly.
Awesome. Right. Hold up, bro. You ain't lying. For real. But here's why I don't think this will work. Luka already is kind of a malcontent on the level. He's a more quiet malcontent than Kyrie, but they similar. It's a lot of people. Remember, they had my wife called this man a universal soldier, but Porzingis supposed to be, the dynamic duo and all that. They say he washed up. He looked pretty good for Washington. He ain't washed up. He's shooting that ball. He all of a sudden seemed to be healthy. And at first they was bosom buddies. Then they said, nah, him and Luka can't hang out. They can't get along, right? Dinwiddie, he came from the Nets before he ended up there. Dinwiddie then went to Washington, ended up with the Mavericks. Dinwiddie, good player, very good player. Then all of a sudden, you gotta get rid of Dinwiddie. I think they lost their advantage, which was the big wings for defense. They lost two of their good wings. Dorian Finney-Smith, he's not a popular name, but he's a very good player, a very good three-point shooter.
Player.
You know what I'm saying? And Dinwiddie is a very good player. They lost some talent. Now, Kyrie is awesome. But this is what I don't trust. This is what I trust less than his awesome talent, because his talent is ridiculous. He's also one of the best ball handlers in NBA history, Craig. You know what I mean?
Right.
History, you know what I mean? But what I don't trust is, like Stephen A. say, he don't like to play. You could say Stephen A. hating on him or whatever. How many times in a year do we find a reason for Kyrie not to play? Whatever it may be. Now, this most recent thing that happened with the Nets, no, that was trash. That was pretty trash, and I don't think that was fully his fault. Yes, he said something, but it wasn't that deep. Get over yourself. I ain't talking about that, but I'm talking about like with the vaccine stuff. It's always something, some drama, and he always feel like don't nobody want him. Like he said, man, I love to be somewhere where I'm wanted. Come on, bro. I don't trust it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Where you said. He said, like I like to say, go where you celebrate it, not tolerate it. And he used that today. And it was like, y'all don't understand how the Nets treated me. I didn't feel like I was wanted.
Right.
But it was all good just 2 weeks ago. Like, who said something to you behind closed doors? Now, I give this to Kyrie. He's not messy.
No.
So he doesn't never put out there how he's being treated. And like you said, this little documentary thing, that was a witch hunt on that man. It shouldn't have been what it is. But let me tell you why it was that way. because of him, because of how he's acted over the vaccine stuff, over the Earth is flat stuff, over all of the sidetrack off the court issues that Kyrie has. And Kyrie's a great talent. He has a ring. Remember Cleveland? He hit the 3-pointer, bust Warriors in the head.
That's right.
But look at the team that was around him. He couldn't do it with KD and Harding.
That's right.
Now you're about to have to do it with, again, Tim Hardaway Jr. and Luka. That's not the same.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. The NBA, one thing they love is stars, right? And they love to promote stars. And they always speak in basketball in the sense of, well, if you got 2 stars, you win. They had 3 and didn't win. You had KD, which is next to LeBron, one of the most accomplished players in the NBA in the same amount of time, right? LeBron salutes KD constantly, because KD is awesome, and you could not win. When it was good, you wasn't happy. That's Kyrie. When it's going good, he's not happy. I think he's one of these people. He may not be messy, but he likes disorder, right? So when everything's in order, it's going good, that man gets scared, like, oh, something fit to mess up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he messed it up. He's a man, demand the trade. And they got rid of him, which lets you know, then they may not have been too fond of him. They may not have been too fond of him because they sure got him up out of there like, 3 days? Don't nobody get their trade request filled that quick, bro. Yeah, super quick. Yeah,
if you don't think so, as KD, his tail's still in Brooklyn.
All right. All right, man. Next subject and last subject debate feud. NBA impressed and depressed for this last week. NBA impressed and depressed. Let's start with the East, brother. Who have you been impressed with?
Once again, I have to go with the Bucks, man. They on the 8-game winning streak and they 8-2 in the last 10. Drew Holiday is a all-star now. You know, we kind of talked about that. I think Trey still got snubbed, but Drew Holiday's an all-star. Giannis, of course, is an all-star. And they are winning games. 8-2 in the last team. My impressed are the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah, I have as well. The Milwaukee Bucks, they're on an 8-game win streak. You know, they good, man. You know, and they're doing this without Middleton. He's there, but he ain't there, and they still handling their business, 100%. Man. Yeah, he still ain't 100%, and the Bucks they're a very good team, man. Right now they rolling, man. So hey, I'm impressed.
Yeah, no doubt.
My
depress. I just can't figure this team out, bro. It's like once my man went down with the domestic violence charges, I can't figure the Hornets out. They on a 4-game losing streak.
Is in the vein. Lord have mercy.
They're 4-6 in the last 10. And check this out. Against the Eastern Conference, which is where they play the majority of their games because they're in the East, they're 8-27, bro, on the year against the East. 8-27, and this is a conference that over half of your games are going to come from. You play the East teams 4 times to 3 times a year, and you only play the West twice, and you're 8-27.
Yeah.
Hey, Jordan, it's just something about him and his GM skills or ownership skills, bro.
Yeah. I hate for this to be born because I absolutely agree. That's what I had on my list of Charlotte Hornets. You have an all-star in LaMelo Ball. You know, you have good players. You have, I know the corpse of Gordon Hayward. I mean, he still plays, but he's a talented player. And it's something that ain't right about that team, man. The coaches don't never work out. They have talent, but they never good. They're never good, and they should be good. And that always tells me, it always tells me when a point guard is good, but they team suck, that tells me about the point guard. Because a good point guard make a team better. You know what I mean? I know everybody I love LaMelo Ball. He's flashy. You know, he do good stuff. He don't win.
Yeah.
Great point guards make you win. Chris Paul went to the Oklahoma City Thunder when they wasn't supposed to be good. He got them folks to the playoffs and almost beat Houston, the team that got rid of him. Remember that? Good point guards elevate the level of a team. We even talk about Trae Young. He ain't doing it that much this year, but before, he took that team that was a bunch of young players straight to the NBA Eastern Conference Finals because it's a good point guard. That's what good point guards do. And I'm suspect on LaMelo. I just am. You know? But he's good. He's great talent.
Yeah, he is good.
But, I mean, if he's so great, he's point guard, why they ain't winning? I know he's been hurt a little bit, though, but still.
Yeah, he been in and out. But I'm wondering, is Jordan trying to coach from the front office? And I'll leave it at that. I don't know, because they keep going through these coaches.
Right.
So I'm wondering, is his greatness getting in the way of
it could be
nowadays? Because his arrogance is
Right.
I can still beat you.
Right.
Go
Nobody
sit
count
down.
on
Go
you.
sit
50-something-year-old
down.
man. Go sit down,
Yeah.
please. All right, Western Conference Impress, brother.
Impress, I got to go with the Clippers. They're fourth in the West
Jesus
now.
Christ, brother.
They 8-2 in the last 10 games. Both Kawhi Leonard and Paul George are playing like they should, meaningful minutes now.
Yes.
And guys like Norman Powell and Zubac are making this a complete team. So I'm impressed with the Clippers, bro. They finally getting it together.
I'm sorry, and I promise we didn't talk about this beforehand, but I fully
promise
agree.
you we did.
We
did.
did.
We go
but the Clippers,
4 for 4, bro. I'm getting the lottery
it's gonna
ticket.
be crazy. The Clippers are doing good, and the way it seems, I think they just rested everybody all year, and they're gonna ramp them up for the playoffs because last year they played a little bit, everybody got hurt, and then they was hurt for the playoffs and they didn't win. That's what I think is happening with the Clippers. But I think it's gonna still probably be too little, too late because you end up playing too much of a powerhouse team because you basically messed off the whole season. Trying to overload management. My D-Press, who is your D-Press? My bad, bro.
I got the San Antonio Spurs, bro.
Okay, we different.
Okay, we different. All right. Yeah. The reason I got the Spurs, they are on a 9-game losing streak. They're 1-9 in the last 10 games. And like Charlotte was in the East, these chumps are 5-30 against the West team. Guess what? They're not leaving the West. They're there for the rest of the year. So, not this year, champs.
Right. Sorry, Pop. You are to go to coaches.
I think they in the Frenchman sweepstakes. That's what's happened. I think Pop hoping to get the Frenchman. Yeah. Yes. So that's
my
bad.
D-Press my D-Press is probably a surprise to people, but my D-Press is the Memphis Grizzlies because although San Antonio are 1-8 has been 1-9 in their last 10 games, we have been 2-8 in our last 10 games. Now, this is so crazy because we had 11-game win streak. We've been 2-8, and we are still number 2 in the West by 4 games. So, by like 3 games or something like that. So it's all good.
You're right. 4.
Yeah, 4 games before we even get out of 2, and we like 4 games behind Denver. But it has been depressing. They've had all kind of drama, all kind of stuff. One of Ja's partners got to arguing and got into a confrontation with the Indiana Pacers, and somebody said it was a gun, was no gun. But at the end of the day, it's a bunch of drama because I root for a team that's basically all 23 to 24 to 25-year-olds, and it was bound to happen eventually. And this is what's happening right now. And they kind of getting beside themselves. First, Ja popped off and get to popping in the media. And as a side media, will y'all stop saying we talking too much? My man said that 3 months ago. Can you get another line? Jesus Christ. He only said one time we good in the West. Don't you know that one word, no, we ain't good in the West. We are under 500 in the West. So we are not good in the West. And they know that. But you know how national media is. They just remember what you said 2 months ago. They need to stop talking. They ain't talking no more. They've been losing. You can't talk when you lost 8 games, almost 8 games.
Like Devo. I was talking.
Yes,
he left.
They not talking. Yeah.
I was quiet again.
That's exactly. They not talking no more. But no, I am depressed by the team because it's the team I love and care about. And they got a win last night. And whoop-de-doo, you beat the Bulls without DeMar DeRozan. Yay. You was up 15 and barely still, and you won by like 10 or 12 or whatever, but you was up to 15. You should have blew them out. You are a better team, but they are a team in turmoil. Hopefully they get themselves together. That's my D-Press. Go ahead, brother.
Oh yeah, I don't have nothing to say, bro.
Yes, I will go in on my own team. I am not that biased.
Yeah, I mean, I hear no lies. Let's get it.
This ain't the first time, and it won't be the last. Trust me. Yeah, well, that's it for our show, man. So
yeah. We don't have no one word of the day today,
but we had a lot of candidates. But I decided,
we're gonna chill out on the one word. But have you ever thought, I really like what these guys are doing with this podcast? How can I support them? How can I be a blessing to them? Show them what they need to do. Hit that like. Notification and subscribe button. No, like, subscribe, notification button. Yeah, in that order. And that's the way that you can support us so that whenever we go live, be it every other Tuesday, every Wednesday, and every Thursday, you'll know when these 2 1 words come across the screen. If you want to donate, you can hit that Cash App, # Not the Same Podcast. You can go to notthesamepodcast.com/support to donate. And you can catch the last 3 episodes of every show on the website. So if you don't want to go to YouTube or you're having a hard time finding what you're looking for, the very last 3 episodes of each show that we do are on the website every week. And that's how you can support us.
We will be back tomorrow with another music and faith show. We'll be reviewing a couple of the hottest Christian rap or positive songs. Not always Christian rap, maybe some positive stuff, but we'll be playing the video so you can see it with us, and then we will review it and talk about it and let y'all know what we actually thought about it, if you care. If you don't care, then just listen to it anyway. One word, you're watching, you might as well. But nah, man, we'll be back with some new music, some hot topics. I think I got some good ideas for something that's going to be, as they say, some spicy topics for tomorrow, man. You know how we do. We get it in exclusively on YouTube tomorrow night. We appreciate y'all as always. With that being said, I'm C-Micah.
I'm Robert Dean.
We out, man. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Christ lives in us, so we gave us the strength, so we gave us the powers.